That, of course, is Michael J. Fox in the classic film Back to the Future, playing one of cinema's most famous guitars, a cherry red Gibson ES-345 that inspired everyone from John Mayer and many others to pick up a guitar. That guitar can be traced to Norman's Rare Guitars in Los Angeles. Among its customers, George Harrison, Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, Robbie Robertson, Richie Sambora, Eddie Van Halen, Joe Bonamassa, the list goes on and on. The Storm's namesake, owner Norm Harris, opened his first shop back in 1975. Now his story is the subject of a documentary, Norman's Rare Guitars, by Devin J. Dilmore. I visited Harris to talk about the store's history and its legacy.
Hello, Norman's Rare Guitars.
At Norman's Rare Guitars, there may not be a stage, but there's a gig happening every single day.
My dad flew me out from Denver.
It's like a candy store for musicians.
Musicians travel here from all over for a chance to buy or even just play one of the store's famed guitars.
This was Tom Petty's SG.
But they don't just come for the guitars. It's also for the man himself.
He used this on tour with Bob Dylan.
Norman Harris, who opened the store in 1975, is a Los Angeles institution.
A lot of hit records written and played on a lot of the instruments that I've sold. I get calls all the time, people going, "Thank you for selling me that guitar." And, you know, if I was selling plumbing supplies or something like that, you wouldn't get those kind of calls. But, I mean, I'm selling people something that means something to them.
It all started when he sold a secondhand guitar he originally bought for a bandmate to make a few extra bucks. Then he sold another and another.
Tell me about the very first shop.
It was very small. You know, we didn't know if we were going to be in business for a week, 6 months, or 6 years. The prices of these instruments were still really low. You know, instruments that we were selling were $300, $400, $500, and now they're the prices of houses in a lot of cities in the United States.
Guitarist Robbie Robertson of the iconic rock group The Band was one of his first famous customers.
Calls me and goes, "You know, I've got a couple friends. I'd like to bring one friend by, if you wouldn't mind, maybe on Saturday." I went, no problem. You know, come on," and brings Bob Dylan. A week later, brings Joni Mitchell and Robin Ford. And that kind of put us on the map.
Whoa!
So this is a 1957 hardtail.
Richie Sambora, the former lead guitarist of Bon Jovi, is one of his many regulars.
This is the rarest of the Gibson Dreadnought acoustics.
A guy like me that was lucky enough and had the opportunity to take it from my bedroom into the stadium, into the songwriter's room, into becoming a producer. It's so important to have a guitar that has amazing tone.
From established artists like Phineas to the up-and-comers, Norms regularly champion talented customers on its social media channels.
It's created a platform where we can kind of promote young talent or veteran older talent to people that didn't know they existed, maybe helping their career.
Some of them have made it big.
This is Marcus King.
And Austin, I'm over here with Colson Baker.
And are featured in a documentary about Harris's life, co-produced by his daughter Sarah, whose hope is to share her father's story with her kids when they're older.
Sure, it's just a guitar store, but it's not just a guitar store. To me, it's so much more than that, and to so many people, it's so much more than that.
No one knows that more than his family. Harris's wife, Marlene, is his high school sweetheart.
This is his first love, I think, the store. He listens to music constantly, and this is what he loves.
Harris is now 76. He's faced health battles over the years, 2 heart attacks and a rare form of cancer. Along the way, his family and customers have always been there.
When you saw the community and people from all over the world reaching out to you, what did you think?
Lou Gehrig goes out onto the ball field at the very end, and he goes, "I'm the luckiest guy on earth." And that's the way I felt.
Now, he's back here at the store, doing what he loves most.
I want to place as good of an instrument in everybody's hands as I can.
Do you think about your legacy?
I'm just so happy and blessed that I've been so lucky to be in the right place at the right time. Just work hard and hopefully somebody recognizes that you did a good job.
You know, the documentary was a passion project for his daughter, Sarah Edwards, and you saw Marlene and also Jordan, his son, who we interviewed. They really want this doc and the legacy of Norm to be known by generations. But I'll tell you, everybody already knows.
It's living on, and all those guitars.
All those guitars, all those people, from George Harrison to John Mayer, Dave Grohl, they just randomly walk in.
Even the ones that are not known, it seems like such a beautiful impact he's had on so many different people.
That's right.
You didn't play?
I did play, but in a corner. I didn't want to be on camera because Richie Sambora's in there and he's blazing along with, you know, other people who are incredibly talented. I was just happy to be a fly on the wall and watch all these guitar players enjoying this instrument. Many of these instruments have a history. That's the reason why they're valued at such high prices, because there's something about the wood that guitarists value, and Norm knows how to bring that out.
I also just think listening to Sambora, someone so great, just give credit to someone behind the scenes of how important that is.
Yeah.
Also, you had the leather jacket on.
I had the leather jacket. I was looking cool. But you know, that red guitar that Marty McFly played in Back to the Future, that they're looking for that guitar.
Oh.
The CEO of Gibson just on my Twitter, or on my X account, like sort of retweeted me and said, "We're looking for this guitar."
You know where it is.
So if you know where it is.